What's up everybody, Curtis Session here. Welcome back to another video, and today we have my AEW All Out prediction video. And I just gotta say, I'm very excited for this show. AEW have been killing it lately. Great couple of shows since returning back to crowds. You know, with Fight for the Fallen and Fighter Fest and all those stuff. Homecoming. CM Punk showing up at Rampage. AEW have been doing a lot of good stuff. And I expect them to continue here at All Out, considering it is one of their biggest shows of the year, if not the biggest AEW show of the year, considering All In was kind of like the first show they did, which kind of led to AEW. So, like, for me, I'd say All Out and Double or Nothing are the two big ones in the AEW calendar. So, I'm expecting this to be big. AEW always seem to deliver on pay-per-views as well. They've all been a minimum of good. Most of the time they're great shows, and yeah, very excited for this. I am recording this video. I'm not sure if I'll get it up and out before Rampage or not, or like after Rampage, but I'm recording this before AEW Rampage. So if there is some storyline developments or like a match card change around that happens on Rampage, I apologize in advance. I apologize because that isn't in effect. But we have seen this week's Dynamite. So I don't see too much changing. We've already had one change in the card, and Andrade versus Pac is not happening due to travel issues. I'm guessing it's due to Pac can't get air travel from the UK to America. That's what I would guess. So yeah, Andrade versus Pac is off the card. The women's casino battle royals onto the main card, and we have a new pre-show match, which is where we will start our predictions. As always, we do start with the pre-show, but before I do get into that, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe on this video. So the new pre-show match is a 10-man tag team match. It's the Best Friends, Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, and Wheeler Yuta, teaming up with Jurassic Express's Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, of course with Marco Stunt, against the Hardy Family Office, the HFO, which is of course Matt Hardy, Private Party, and the Hybrid 2. Of course, Matt Hardy and Orange Cassidy been kind of feuding, which is what led to this. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus making the save for Best Friends on the Go Home episode of Dynamite. This one, I'm going to go with the Best Friends to win with Jurassic Express. You know, two reasons. I can't see the HFO getting the win here, but it's a pre-show match. I can see them giving the win to the faces here, especially a team with Orange Cassidy and Jungle Boy, who are probably two of the most over guys in AEW in terms of faces. So I can see them giving them the win here and starting off the show, keeping the crowd happy. Then kicking off, we'll go with the Women's Casino Battle Royale, where we have 20 of the 21 women announced. Of course, we know that will be the Joker as always. So let me run through the participants here. We have Nyla Rose, Thunder Rosa, The Bunny, Big Swole, Julia Hart, Tay Conti, Diamante, Penelope Ford, Red Velvet, Hikaru Shida, Emi Sakura, Jade Cargill, Kiera Hogan, Abaddon, Layla Hirsch, Kylan King, Rebel, Jamie Hayter, Anna Jay, Riho, and one to be decided. So my prediction is Lulu Pencil. Not only messing. I would love it to be Lulu Pencil, but if you don't know who Lulu Pencil is, she is a wrestler for Choco Pro / Cat Remove. If you watched Elevation, she was the woman who came out with Emi Sakura and collected her up. As much as I'd love to see Lulu Pencil, and I did think there would be a chance of seeing her, but now that we only have one mystery spot, sadly I don't think it will be the leader of the Pencil Army, yeah, it's not gonna. Sadly, it won't be Lulu, but hopefully we still see Lulu on the main show coming out with Emi, that'd be fun. I'd love to see Emi Sakura win it, but I don't think she will. I'd love to see Hikaru Shida win it. I don't think she will. I'd love to see Riho win it. Don't think she will. I'd like to see Anna Jay win. Don't think she will. I'd like to see Jamie Hayter. Don't think she will. The woman I do see winning this will be the Joker, the wild card. And I see that being Ruby Riott. Ruby Soho, I think she's gone by now. But Ruby is my pick to win and pick to be the Joker. I feel like Jamie Hayter will have a dominant performance. I see her being the one getting the most eliminations. You know, there's always one who's kind of cleaning the house. I see that being Jamie. Just the way they brought her in as like the muscle for Britt Baker. I can see her trimming down the field and being one of the final 3 or 4, maybe final 2, with Ruby having to overcome Jamie and getting a future shot at the AEW Women's Championship. Then running into the next match, we have the match that I'm not really looking forward to. It is the Big Show Paul White, of course, no longer the Big Show because WWE copyright, against QT Marshall with Aaron Solo and Nick Comoroto. I was hoping this would just be quick chokeslam, 1, 2, 3, Big Show gets the win. Everyone pops, yay, Big Show, well. But after the events of Dynamite, where Billy Gunn of the Gun Club turned on Big Show 20 years later after the Gun Show's tag team in WWF, Billy Gunn turns on the Big Show. This is something I did not expect to be sitting here saying in 2021, but it is something that really did happen. But yeah, after that I can kind of see, you know, this match going a bit differently, where the Factory just kind of keep trying to distract Big Show, QT trying to take advantage, but Big Show, you know, being too big and strong, cleans house and then gets it to win. But yeah, I don't know, maybe Paul White can still go in the ring. It's the last couple of matches he had in the Wii, I wasn't really the biggest fan of. I'm not really looking forward to this match, but yeah, let's just wait and see what happens here. Yeah, but preferably this would just be Big Show, chokeslam, or knockout punch. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Over. But yeah, maybe this leads to the Factory beating down Paul White and Cody returning, and then, you know, oh, Paul White turns on Cody, the Big Show turning. But yeah, no idea where this is gonna go. But yeah, let's just wait and see. I know I said I wasn't really looking forward to it, but now I kind of not really looking forward to it even, but maybe a bit more excited, kind of thinking, oh, maybe this does lead to Cody come back, but does Big Show turn, does Paul White turn? I guess we wait and see. Moving on to a match that I really am looking forward to, Satoshi Kojima Lariat versus Jon Moxley. Big Koji fan. I actually got to meet Kojima. He's a very nice person to meet, very funny as well. I was actually wearing a Kushida shirt when I met him. I'd already met Kushida at an OTT show before, so I had my Kushida shirt on, I was in the front of the line waiting to meet Kojima, and Kushida was actually at the merch table next to him, and Kojima was pointing at my shirt and pointing to Kushida and stuff. So I love Kojima, member of the Bread Club, but sadly I think he will fall to the Death Rider, to Jon Moxley here. But I'm so excited to see Kojima in AEW. So excited to see Kojima get this platform on a big show like All Out. Getting to show the world what Kojima and Bread Club is all about. So yeah, I'm expecting this to be a war. But sadly, Koji won't get the win. It will be Mox. Be very surprised if Koji did. Miro versus Eddie Kingston then for the AEW TNT title. Speaking of wars, this will be one. 2 tanks going at it. Personally, I would like to see them do some sort of finish where it's like a double count out, double DQ, double down, or maybe not even a finish, but maybe you can have a finish like a pin or something. But there's a way of getting this match at the big baseball stadium in New York, I think. Imagine Eddie versus Miro main event in that show in New York, that episode of Dynamite. Eddie winning and becoming TNT champion there. So that's what I'd go with. I'd go with Miro keeping the belt and holding off, and maybe having a no DQ match or something there and switching the belt onto Eddie then. That is what I would like him to do, and that is what I'm going to predict him to do, because of course that's what I want. And yeah, I feel like that may have been the original plan, but similar reasons to, if you watch my fantasy booking at Bryan Danielson video, spoiler alert, the rumours are stating Bryan Danielson will appear on this show. Apparently the original plans were for them to do that in that big tennis stadium in New York, but because they're concerned about COVID reasons, they're pushing it forward. So maybe this match between Eddie and Miro was originally planned and they pushed it forward. for that same reason. I don't know, but I'd love if that show does go ahead, run it back there, put the belt on Eddie there. So I'm going with Miro in this one. Chris Jericho versus MJF. If Jericho loses, he must retire from in-ring competition. And I honestly, normally this would scream Jericho wins, but with AEW and with Jericho, you never know. I honestly have no idea where this goes. Does Jericho retire? Does MJF lose? I want to say Jericho wins because I just don't see it happening. I just don't see Jericho retiring. But you know, with Jericho, he does have Fuzzy. Now he's commentating on Rampage, so he'll still be around in AEW. Maybe he does retire from in-ring competition. That is something I can see them doing. And MJF would be the right person to do it against, and it would be big for MJF to get that retirement victory over Jericho. Go 4-0, I believe. So, yeah, very, very interesting to see where that ends up going. I'm just going to go with Jericho because I don't know if it's I don't want Jericho to retire, but I just don't see it happening right now. But as I said, with everything Jericho does have going on, it wouldn't be a shock to me. Then probably we leave the other title matches to last. Probably the biggest reason a lot of people will be watching this. First time in 7 years, CM Punk steps into a ring to compete against Darby Allin. A big match. Big spot for Darby being Punk's first opponent in 7 years. Very excited Very excited to see Punk back in the ring after 7 years. Very excited to see if there's any ring rust or if Punk can still go as good as he used to be able to. I feel like for those reasons, if he does have a bit of ring rust, Darby is someone who'll be able to help him out and work around that. So I feel like that is a good pairing. In terms of predictions, you have to go with Punk. There's no way after 7 years, like, I just can't see it. After 7 years in Chicago, Punk coming back and losing his first match. Sorry, Darby. Again, it hurt the Punk in Chicago in his first match after 7 years. It doesn't hurt Darby. In fact, it probably will help elevate Darby to another level. He's already one of the top guys, but it will help him. Like, it probably will get him to another level. Because a lot of people will probably be watching for Punk and they'll see Darby doing like the coffin dropping all these sick moves that Darby does and become friends of Darby. So like, yeah, even in defeat, I feel like this could help elevate Darby even more. Women's title match, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus Chris Statlander, and I'm going to go with Britt Baker for the main reasons. I'm a big Chris Statlander fan, but I think it's a bit too early to take the belt off Britt, and yeah, I feel like they won't do it until at least maybe not the next pay-per-view. When's the next pay-per-view? Full Gear, which will be November, December. So yeah, maybe they take it off for then. Or they could even do it before, like, if they did bring in Ruby, I could see Ruby taking it. But yeah, big Chris Statlander fan, but I just don't think it's the right time to put the belt on her, so I'm going to go with Britt Baker. Steel cage match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. The Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, of course, against the Lucha Brothers, Penta El Zero Miedo and Rey Fénix. This will be insane. Even with the cage, these two teams, they've had killer matches before. They'll have another one. It's going to be insane. There's probably going to be a lot of jumping off the cages. You know, Fénix, Nick Jackson, they're mad men. Same with Pentagon, same with Matt Jackson. All four of these men are mad. I'm expecting a classic in the cage here. In terms of predictions, I'm going to go with the Lucha Brothers. Surprisingly, big fan of the Young Bucks, have been for years. Big fan of the title reign. It's just, I know, I just have a feeling now's the time to put the belts on the Lucha Bros. Now would be a good time to do it. So, especially with the cage, you can have the Bucks, like, you can, that's a way of not having the interference from the Elite. So, yeah, I don't know. I just have that feeling about Lucha Brothers getting the win here. And as I said, this should be a classic. These two teams inside a cage. There's going to be some crazy spots involved. I cannot wait to see that. And, of course, main event, Kenny Omega versus the instant classic Christian Cage. Please, Christian, please. It's a pay-per-view, your main event and World Heavyweight title match. Bring back the ring jackets. Because that is how I roll. But enough about me marking out over Christian Cage's TNA run one more time. And, you know, I just have to say I love that they have the TNA music. But, yeah, Kenny has this. I just don't see Kenny losing the AEW belt here. No, they just put the Impact belt on Christian from Kenny. I'd be surprised if they had him beat Kenny here. I feel like they're holding out for Kenny versus Hangman once Hangman's back. So yeah, I just don't see them put the belt on Christian. But as you've seen me marking out over Christian in this DNA stuff, right? I'm a Christian fan. It's just, yeah, I just don't see him getting the belt over Kenny, especially after getting the Impact belt. I know that was done to create a bit of doubt that, oh my God, Christian can beat Kenny. Will he do it again? But I just don't see it happening. But yeah, that is it for the match card. And as I've mentioned, you know, there are rumours of Bryan Danielson coming in. Does he come in after this match? Does he come in after CM Punk's match? How did they debut Bryan? I'm excited to see. Do we see Adam Cole, baby? Now that his contract's up, there's a lot that we don't know yet. There's a lot that can happen, and I'm excited to see. And that is it for this video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.